Please be advised, the views expressed on this podcast belong solely to the hosts and not to their employer, organization, committee, or other group or individual. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to the Sith Justice Warriors podcast with your hosts Jaded Fan and Princess Lumpia.
Hey guys, welcome to the Sith Justice Warriors podcast, where we talk anime, gaming, movies, and anything under the Twin Suns of Tatooine. I am Princess Lumpia, your host, and joined with me today is Darth Serious.
Hey guys.
Hope you guys are doing well on this Sunday night. It's been crazy with a lot going on. A lot of us are sheltering in place. A lot of us are trying to stay safe and healthy, as well as stock up on our toilet paper amidst all this news around the coronavirus, and with the latest being that the social distancing sort of suggestion from the government is to continue until April 30th. So it's going to be another month of trying to stay healthy and sane in this world that is ever changing. So with that, I will get us started on our episode. We're going to try to keep it short, and we're going to try to keep our episodes bi-weekly with some variance in between going forward until we get back to some sort of normalcy. It's been quite a crazy time for us in our personal lives, as well as you can imagine. And so we hope you guys are all safe and staying healthy, but we also realize there's just a lot going on in the world between us, between you guys, and just everything in general. So we have decided to just cut down on our postings for now, focus on staying healthy and, staying well, and trying to get accustomed to this idea of social distancing with a lot of things being closed and shut down at this time for us in our area. So just keep a lookout. Once we get back to some sort of normalcy, we will get back to a normal weekly schedule with you guys. But for now, we'll have variants in between, and we'll have our bi-weekly podcast. So again, just an FYI for any one of you listening. So with that, really what I wanted to talk through today, Serious, is what are we all kind of doing during this time of this so-called shelter in place / sort of lockdown, if you will. Some states are, a little bit more so than others impacted. I know in the New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area, it's been crazy, especially like with populations that are more urban. For us, we live in an area where there's a lot of incidences as well. And so we're also trying to stay, within the quarantine and within the realm of the social distancing, but it's been difficult. So in that sense, it leaves us actually with a lot more time to focus on the things we probably wouldn't have had the time for, before all of this happened, because some of us were working and some of us were working in an office, and now the whole world has kind of shifted. So with that, Serious, let us know what have you been up to, and try to make the most of your time during this sort of outbreak.
All I could say is that I'm really glad that we have Wi-Fi, because if we didn't have Wi-Fi, I'd probably be pulling my hair out right now. I mean, thankfully, I'm a big RPG guy, if you guys have not known already. So I love playing. I just finished Final Fantasy IX just a few weeks ago, and I just recently downloaded Final Fantasy X and X-2 Remastered. For those of you who have Xbox and are interested in playing Final Fantasy X, it is actually on sale right now, which I took advantage of. So now I have Final Fantasy X to keep me occupied for another few weeks. Hopefully it won't last that long, but that's the one thing I love about these games. These people that with the online gaming community is still standing strong, and then I feel like it's the perfect way to pass the time, and at the same time keep your mind sharp as well. And I think something and especially with people being out of work for so long, I think it's really key that people try to do anything and everything possible to try to keep their mind sharp in some way. I know that a lot of people have been walking, but really in the end it's there's really nothing else to do outside because thankfully most of the restaurants are closed, are just doing takeout, and dog parks are closed, so you can't even take your dog anywhere. So if there's anything to do, gaming's where it's at right now if you want to have a consistent form of keeping your mind sharp.
And you're also been playing what is it, Warzone?
Yes, so I finally moved on from my my PUBG days. Not necessarily moved on, but I've adapted a new battle royale. So for those of you who play Call of Duty, they have a battle royale now called Warzone, and it is absolutely incredible. The graphics are beautiful. I really like the system, and the cool thing about this battle royale is that unlike PUBG, once you die, it's not game over for you. So once you are killed in the game, you go to this place called the Gulag, which and where you fight another person that was taken out of the game in a one-on-one shootout, and whoever wins gets put back in the game. They redeploy, and even if you get killed after that, you could still come back in the game because you actually collect money throughout the maps, and because there's buy stations. So, and at these buy stations, you can buy airstrikes, UAVs, all these cool tactical things to use in the game. But there's also things called self-revive kit, where somebody knocks you out and you can revive yourself. Or if one of your teammates was taken out of the game and can't come back, you can buy them back in the game as long as you have the money. And you can buy them back as many times as you want. Like I said, as long as you have the cash. And I think that's really cool. So, like I said, there's so much more, interaction. There's so many more options that you can do. Unfortunately, I only have the one map at the time, but like I said, just the gameplay and just the enjoyability factor is a lot higher for me than it is with PUBG. I know I probably said it on a previous cast, but I'm waiting for a zombie mode to come out. As soon as zombie mode comes out on PUBG, I think that'll be when I actually come back to it.
Cool. Yeah, so I've been enjoying Bless Unleashed with Fan. If you are a fan of Black Desert Online, it's very similar, but the fighting style actually reminds me a lot of Dragon Age, which is pretty cool. You can create your character similar to any MMORPG and then go through the open world. The graphics are really cool, and the customization of the characters is pretty cool too, if you like that kind of stuff. There were 2, I think, worlds open at the time, or 2 servers, so I'm guessing they might add more because everyone is playing. So to your point, Serious, thank goodness for the internet, and I'm glad that it's staying strong, honestly, because everyone is either working from home, they're at home watching the internet. I know Netflix was down for quite a time.
Yeah.
They even have to change a lot of the shows in Europe to SD. The Xbox Live community was down for a few days last week. So, there's really some stretching going on, but I know some of the companies are actually releasing statements that they're not throttling the bandwidth. They're allowing everyone to use the full-fledged bandwidth, which is good because a lot of us really need to stay connected, people are having virtual parties, virtual birthday parties, virtual dinners, virtual coffees, virtual happy hours. So with all of this virtual, like, sort of world that we live in, it's become important to have Wi-Fi, internet access, and make sure it works and it's fast. So I will second that emotion that you just said, Serious, about the internet. So kudos to the companies for keeping it up and running. We will probably do, when Fan is back, a variant episode of Bless Unleashed as we kind of delve more into the game. We just have not gotten past much besides creating characters, and that usually takes me like half a day. I joke, but it takes me more than an hour.
No, that's no joke.
I really like to spend a lot of time on a lot of the features of my character. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. I've been trying to read a lot of my books that I've been amassing on my Kindle. I meant them for vacation, but it sounds like our vacations may get postponed. So with that, it's kind of been amassing, and I've been trying to read a couple of different things, which I'll probably try to mention in a variant or future podcast. The other thing is shopping. Online shopping is actually amazing because amazing in the sense that, like, since I can't go into the store physically, I've definitely been taking advantage of that. So I give kudos out to the post office and UPS workers out there, because they are the people in the battlefield here, making sure packages get delivered and things like that. So more power to them. I know with the COVID concerns, there's just a lot of risk to their jobs. So I really appreciate the work that they do. But I've also been backing a lot of things on Kickstarter and Indiegogo from a comic perspective. So the shopping hasn't necessarily just been shopping for clothing or anything else, but more so than ever, I've been trying to fund some of the few Kickstarter things that Fan and I kind of follow. So we were talking about Lady Death. There was a Indiegogo project by Brian Polito out there. Lady Death, I think it was like Decimation or something like that. So we both kind of went back and forth on funding that. I just funded something that looked pretty cool. I've never heard of this artist, but it was pretty cool. It was called Shadow Century Book 1, and it's by, oh my goodness, I gotta go find out who it's by, but it sounded like a really cool thing. And so it was created by Eric, I'm going to mess up his last name, Ninotowski, but looked like a pretty cool concept. Also, I think another one worth mentioning was Aurora by one of the artists I follow on social media, Sora Sung, and we met her at New York City Comic Con last year. She just does really beautiful artwork, and her book, Carnal Confessions, was like a mixture of a novel, a graphic novel. So it was kind of a comic book, and it was really different and cool. She has really cool futuristic ideas, which I like, and I actually want her to commission. I want to get her to do a commission for me if we ever go to a comic convention after all of this is said and done. So just a couple of things, but like I said, and that and cleaning out my closet, doing random things. I know we have a pet project of fixing up, a spare bedroom and putting up a lot of our collectibles. So that's in the works. But yeah, for the most part, just trying to make the best of the time, and in between stay sane. So trying to get outdoors when it's nice has been an important thing.
Yeah.
But if it was raining like this weekend, it's kind of difficult to do that. So, like I said, trying to stay sane in an uncertain situation for the most part. But we hope you all are doing the same thing and just trying to get some fresh air when you can. Trying to keep social distance from others, but also at the same time trying to make the most of the time that you have right now. I know a lot of people don't have a job or because everything is shut down. So we hopefully you will, get back to work and get back to your stuff sooner rather than later, and that we all can get back to some sense of normalcy sooner rather than later. But yeah, anything more to add, Serious, before we kind of close things up?
All I could say is just stay safe, and also at the same time, social distancing should mean social isolation. I mean, like I said, people can only take so much before people go crazy, because especially when you're used to always being around people, and just doing what you can to make sure that basically what I said before, just make sure that your mind stays sharp, and make sure that you have something to do and to keep yourself occupied, because I think in the long run, especially once we get through this and everything goes away, I think we'll be a lot better off once we know that we were able to get through this.
Exactly. Awesome. Well, again, everyone stay safe and try to get outdoors when you can, within a special distance, 6 foot, I think, from other people. But we hope you stay in touch. Let us know, via our Twitter at Justice Sith, or our email
at SithJusticeWarriorsPodcast@email.com.
Let us know any ideas of what we could be doing right now, since we've got another month to look forward to ahead of this sort of shelter-in-place / social distancing. We'd love to get some thoughts from everyone. Any suggestions on video games or books or comic books to read? Now is the time.
Yes, we would love to. Not only do we love to hear from you, but it's also, it would be a great thing to hear from our fans.
Awesome.
Because we do it for you guys.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, and stay safe, everyone. Bye.